Hi everyone, Sin City here, and welcome to my channel. I am trying to attempt a new type of video. I don't think anyone's done this before. I did a little bit of searching to see if anyone else was kind of doing this type of thing. I'm starting what I'd like to call a Back from the Dead series. And what that entails is me reviewing and testing really old palettes that are no longer on the market. Hope the older the better, just to see if the eyeshadow integrities hold up, to see if maybe our standards in eyeshadow has changed, and also the types of launches that were in the past of the day. The very first review that I'd like to do for this series is something that launched, I think, back in 2011. And it was before I was ever interested in makeup. And if I had known that this existed, I would have gone gaga over it. It's a special edition that Tarte put out with and collab with Trueblood. Nice packaging, right? Now, this originally included an eye primer, an eyeliner, a mascara, and these sets of eyeshadows, which I'm going to show you here. Now, if you've seen the show Trueblood, some of these colors, I'm just like, really? Why is that included? But, I mean, I think that people weren't as into color in 2011 as they are now. They weren't as experimenting with fun colors as they are now. But the silver looks cool. There's two different types of blacks and a few matte colors to start the look out. Actually, there's three shades of black. There's like a grayish black, and then there's a shimmery matte black, and just a plain matte black. Okay, I'm gonna give you a good look at the packaging real quick, and then I'm gonna swatch these for you. It's really, really, really sexy. I love the way this packaging looks. Now, it is a little beat up the way that I got it because I got it used off Macari, which is kind of like a Poshmark, but they sell a lot more weird stuff on there than they do on Poshmark. They're hard to get open. Give you another good look at the shades. I'm going to start with this beige shade right here. It is kind of like a pseudo shimmery shade. In fact, most of these shades have a little bit of shimmer. There's only really 3 true mattes, I'd say, in the whole entire palette. I'm going to start. It's not super pigmented, and it's really hard to see on my pale skin. The next shade I'm going to swatch is this kind of shimmery, lightish beige shade. Oh, that's dustier than a corpse's vagina. Oh, look at that flaking off. Can you see that? Oh, gross. Ugh. Okay. The next one I'm going to swatch is this goldish shade here, like a lightish gold. Get a good finger in there. It's pretty, but it's not super pigmented. I don't know if that's just because it's an 8-year-old palette. Next, I'm going to swatch this plain brown here. Get a good finger in there. Oh, dusty, 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 dusty. I'm definitely not pressing harder than you normally would for a regular swatch. That's just coming off in flakes. I'm a little scared to put it on my eye, to be honest. But I'm going to do it for you guys. The next shade I'm going to swatch this goldish shade right here. This like kind of metallic, deep coppery gold. Oh, that's not too bad, and it's not quite as dusty. It's a little less scary, that's for sure. The next shade I'm going to swatch for you is this dark green shade. Going to put a good finger in there. It feels a little rough, like it's really, really baked. Let's see. It's not, I mean, it's pretty pigmented, but it's a little chalky, and it looks, I don't know, it looks kind of muddy. I wouldn't really want to put that on my eye. It doesn't look anything like what's in the pan. It looks like a muddy green, like that somebody smudged too much black into it or something. I'm not wild about that shade at all. There's much prettier greens on the market. Next I'm gonna swatch is this light shimmery, it's lightly shimmery. None of these are super shimmery except for maybe this one. It's a light shimmery pink. Gonna swatch that for you, put a good finger in there. And just so you guys know, I am wiping my fingers off with a makeup wipe so that none of the other pigment gets on there. It's not super pigmented, but it's actually really pretty. It would be a nice kind of filtering shade, I think. Now going to swatch, I'm gonna have to switch arms, I think. Now I'm gonna swatch this light brown here. Get a good finger in there. Oh, dusty, dusty, dusty. Oh. Now, this is like, this looks really pretty in the pan. I'm kind of hoping that it's still really pretty when I swatch it. It's like iridescent black with, it's got like an iridescent blue in it. So I'm gonna swatch this one for you. It's really dusty on my finger. Let's swatch it. Really, really chalky. All of these shadows are actually pretty chalky. And it doesn't really look like anything other than a black. It doesn't have any kind of unique look to it once it's swatched at all. The next one I'm going to swatch for you is this grayish black. That one feels really, really nice. And it looks really, really nice. And it's a little dusty, but it's definitely the prettiest, smoothest shade so far that I've tried. Again, these are shadows from 2011, so I guess that's to be expected for them to be a little dusty. Now, the next one I'm going to swatch is this black right here. It's also another shimmery black, and it feels kind of nice. It's not quite as dusty as the other ones were. That one's not too bad. It's not super, super pigmented, but it's got a good look. You can see the little bit of shimmer in there. Yeah, it's not quite as dusty as the others. It's a little bit more pigmented. The next one I'm going to swatch for you is this metallic mauve or magenta shade. It's really pretty in the pan. Let's see if it's as pretty once you swatch it. Feels a little dusty, looks a little muddy on the finger. Actually, it's not that bad. It's got a little bit of a duochrome to it. Not super intense, but it's actually very attractive. I actually kind of like this. This is one of my favorite shades in the pan, I think, so far. Next, we're going to do this silver. Now, that silver looks hot and intense. So we're going to swatch that one. Ooh, it feels really nice. Ooh. Ooh. Let's see how it looks. Oh, that's beautiful. Wow. I think we're definitely going to put that on our eyes today. What do you think? It's very reflective. It's very pigmented. It's not dusty. It looks really, really nice. I think that's definitely going on our eyes today. Running out of room again. There we go. Now I'm going to swatch this purple shade for you right here. Ooh, it feels a little dusty. That's how it looks on the finger. Oh, it didn't swatch too bad. All of these shades are on the darker side. I guess that, that goes with the Trueblood theme. It's actually very, very, very pigmented, and it's not dusty at all. It actually looks really nice. The next shade I'm going to swatch for you is this metallic shimmery pink shade, which actually looks really, really pretty. That's how it looks on the finger. I'm going to swatch it for you. Not too bad. It's nothing special. It's just a normal, standard, shimmery pink, I'd say. It's not too bad. It's not pretty standard, normal looking shimmery pink. It's pretty pigmented if you look at it. It's just an average pink, but it's not dusty and it went on very nice, so it's a definitely workable shade. The next shade I'm going to swatch. Wait a minute, I think we got them all. Nope, we did not get this very, very last black. This is just a plain matte black. Doesn't really have any kind of shimmer in it at all. So I'm gonna swatch that for you. Feels okay. It's definitely not as dusty as the other shades. And it's okay. It's nothing amazing. It's just a regular plain black, not super, super pigmented, but not dusty, not overly powdery, not a whole lot of fallout. And that's actually surprising that there wasn't a lot of fallout in the whole entire pan. It just was dusty when swatched. Okay, now that we got the swatches out of the way, let's create a look with it. All right. Sorry about that. All right, to prime my eyes, I actually use Tarte's Shape Tape in the shade Light. So I'm gonna start by priming these babies. You can tell this is old. This mirror is falling apart. Look at that. I wish I could have gotten it back in the day when this first launched, but I couldn't afford real makeup back then. I was still a drugstore baby. Gonna use a Morphe flat sponge just to kind of blend it in there. I know a lot of people use Painterly Paint Pot. You can use pretty much whatever to prime your eyes, as long as it works and you find that the shadows stick and don't crease too much. I might need a little touch more there. There we go. Okay, to start, I think I'm gonna go in with this light brown shade just to kind of set the eyes and get the eyes ready to roll. Gonna use this brush here. It is a Luxie 205 brush, just to get the shadow on the eyes there to set it. And it's actually going on okay, a little dusty like it was when it's swatched, but it's going on okay. It feels a little gross because I know that this palette is from 2011, but you know, some people say that powders don't really expire. They may not perform as well, but they don't keep bacteria as much of other things as long as you're sanitary with it. I don't know if that's true. You can leave comments down below and you guys can tell me your opinions. It's blending okay. It's going on the eye. It's not patchy, really. Okay. Next, I am going to go in with this brown shade here just to kind of get it ready. This is Moda Pro. There's BMX 420 detailer brush. Actually, this is blending really well too. It's going on very nicely. I'm going to take my blending brush again and I'm going to go into this soft pink right here. just to kind of and I'm going to go over the top of where the brown was just to kind of blend and airbrush that out. And it's not too patchy. It's actually performing pretty well for a really, really old eyeshadow. Now I'm going to use an angled eyeshadow brush. This is Luxie 207 medium angled shading brush. And I am going to go into this metallic magenta shade. And I'm gonna go in the corners of my eyes here. Oh, that is not going on at all. At all. You cannot hardly even see that. Let's try with my fingers to see if it goes better on with fingers. Yeah, it's performing a little better with the finger. It is definitely not going on with a brush. And I know it's not the brush because I use that brush quite a bit for other looks and it works just fine. But I'm definitely not living for this shade. That shade is kind of muddy looking. It doesn't go on quite as what I expected. It's definitely not a good blending shade. Clean that up a little bit. Okay, we had to cut the camera a little bit because baby was crying. But so in the meantime, I cleaned up my eyeshadow look a little bit and I did add a little bit of a cut crease. So now we're gonna finish the look and see how it goes. What I'm really excited to use and anxious to try is the eyeshadow, the silver eyeshadow shade. This one right here. So I'm gonna go in with my finger for this one just because I feel like I have a little bit more control. I'm gonna dip in there and just pat it in. It's not as vibrant on the eye as I was really hoping, but it's not too bad. On the other side. All right, dip in there a little bit more, just to blend, blend, blend. After I cut my crease, I usually prefer to use my finger. Sometimes I'll go in with a brush, but I really just feel like I have more control with my finger. Now I'm gonna take my blending brush, if I can find it, because I am the chaos. And just blend, blend, blend. I am going to go into one of these black shades. I just have to find, here we go. This one right here. This is the smudger brush. It's Moda BMX 402 brush. And I'm going to go into this really pretty black shade. Hopefully it shows up on the eyes a little bit. I'm just going to kind of dip into there. And I'm going to go right here on the lash line. It is not showing up at all. It's giving me nothing. Maybe it's showing up more on camera, but it is giving me nothing. And then now the other side. Just kind of smudge it out here on the bottom lash to kind of give a smoky look. Okay, and I think that's all she wrote for this look. I'm just going to put on the eyeliner and then finish the rest of my face and see how it looks as a finished product. Sorry guys, I have to go really in close when I do my eyeliner because I am blind. Okay, now we're gonna complete the look. I'm gonna do the foundation, concealer, all that good, fantastical stuff. Gonna go in with the shape of the tip. Some people like to do their concealer after they do their foundation. I actually do it both, just to kind of give myself that little extra bit of coverage because I have some deep set dark circles going on. Now for the foundation, I have lots of really high-end foundations, but I keep going back to this time and time again. It's the Maybelline Matte Poreless Foundation for the Fit Me. It absolutely goes on flawless. The only downside of it is that it doesn't last quite as long as some of the other foundations, but if you use a good setting spray, it doesn't really make a difference. So I'm gonna put this on those BoxyCharm foundation brushes that we got in the BoxyCharm exclusive this month. Now I'm going to contour my face with the Tarte Princess Avenue. There we go. And I'm going to go in with the shade Angle right here because I'm a pale ass, so I don't want to go too dark right here. Laura Geller New York blush in shade Tropic Hues. I love this shade. I got this from BoxyCharm. I absolutely adore it. It goes on just a little shimmery. Now, for the highlight, I'm going to use Pretty Vulgar in the shade Shimmering Swan. For the lipstick shade, I'm going to use Jeffree Star Velour Liquid Lipstick in the shade Poinsettia. I love this shade. It's a slightly metallic shimmery red, and it's so beautiful. Let it set a little bit. And now I'm gonna go pop some lashes on and be right back. We're just gonna stop the camera just for a second. And we're back, but this is the final look. What do you think? I do plan on making a bunch more of these videos, this whole Back from the Dead series, reviewing older palettes, the older the better. So if you guys have any ideas of which palettes I should review, put your thoughts and comments down below. If you like these types of videos, please like and subscribe. I need followers because I'm new to the block. Thank you very much for watching my first video, and I'll see you next time.